Season 2, Episode 25. Out of the frying pan, into the fire, the checkout. 3 scientists, Papaia, Banani, and Ravioli, and their assistant Igor, are supposed to attend the famous dark matter conference. However, they board the wrong flight and end up on the other side of the world. After arriving at the wrong airport, they book a hotel for the night, but it's not quite what they expected, meaning it's awful. Due to unforeseen circumstances, Banani and Ravioli decide to sleep on the floor in Papaia's room. Inside Papaia's room. Suddenly, a loud noise wakes all 3 of them. The clerk bursts into the room, shouting, "Clerk, what are you still doing here? It's 6 o'clock. You need to clear out." The 3 jump in fright. Papaia, "Hey, what's going on? And what are you doing here? Isn't checkout at noon? That's 6 hours from now." Clerk, "Noon? Do you think this is a 5-star hotel? Didn't you read the sign? It's 6 and you need to scram." Papaia, "What sign?" Ravioli, "Hey, Papaia, the clerk is right. Look at that piece of paper taped to the wall." Banani, "What does it say?" "Let me see. It's handwritten. It says, checkout is at 6. Ravioli, "But it's barely readable. They wrote check without a K, out with an A, and leave with 2 L's and 2 V's. Clerk, "That sign is perfectly written. I wrote it." Papaia, "Yeah, and what about the spelling mistakes?" Clerk, "Hey kid, don't try to trick me with those fancy scientist words. See this baseball bat? If you don't clear out right now, you'll find out what it tastes like." The 4 run for their lives as the clerk throws Papaia's suitcases down the stairs, along with all his personal belongings. Ravioli in space. 3 scientists, Papaia, Banani, and Ravioli, and their assistant Igor, are supposed to attend the famous dark matter conference. However, they board the wrong flight and end up on the other side of the world. After arriving at the wrong airport, they book a hotel for the night, but it's not quite what they expected, meaning it's awful. Due to unforeseen circumstances, they decide to sleep on the floor in Papaia's room. We are in space. Suddenly, the 4 find themselves floating in deep space, near a massive piece of equipment that looks like a telescope. Banani, "Look, Ravioli, that's the Webb Space Telescope. They built it to prove the evolution of the universe. Yet when they looked, they saw perfectly formed galaxies." Ravioli, "Hey, Banani, something doesn't add up here. How did we end up in space?" Igor, "There's an even more important question you should be asking, sir. How are we breathing here in space, without oxygen? We are back in Papaia's room." Ravioli wakes up with a start, his heart racing, drenched in sweat, and gasping for air in the thick, humid heat. Ravioli, "What a horrible nightmare. It felt so real. Good thing it was just a bad dream." Igor, "A bad dream? You woke up sweating, out of breath, and in a panic. The dream isn't to blame. Those are the common symptoms of anyone who sleeps more than half an hour. At the Sunflower Hotel." Banani snoring, 3 scientists, Papaia, Banani, and Ravioli, and their assistant Igor, are supposed to attend the famous dark matter conference. However, they board the wrong flight and end up on the other side of the world. After arriving at the wrong airport, they book a hotel for the night, but it's not quite what they expected, meaning it's awful. Banani and Ravioli, due to unforeseen circumstances, decide to sleep on the floor in Papaia's room. We are in Papaia's room. Ravioli wakes up from a nightmare. Ravioli, "Maybe I should check if that piece of paper on the wall actually exists." He inspects all the walls using his phone's flashlight. Ravioli, sighing in relief, "No, there's nothing here." He lies back down on the floor. Ravioli, "This heat is unbearable. The climate in this room feels like the equatorial rainforest." Suddenly, his back starts to ache. Ravioli, ouch, 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 my poor back. He looks over and sees Papaya and Banani sleeping deeply, snoring loudly. Ravioli, I have to do something to make them stop. But if I wake them up, they'll be mad at me. He spots a broom in the bathroom. Ravioli, I've never seen a hotel room where they give you a broom. Maybe it's a new type of cleaning service. Self-service. An idea comes to him. Ravioli, I can make that book fall using the broom handle. The book will drop near Banani, waking him up. But I'll be on the other side of the room, pretending to sleep. With extreme caution, he uses the broom handle to push the book toward the edge of the desk. The book slowly slides off and crashes to the floor, right next to Banani's ear. Ravioli freezes, holding his breath. Banani, barely turning, mumbling in his sleep. Ah, string theory, interesting. Zzz. And he starts snoring again. Ravioli, exasperated. How is this possible? That book made more noise than one of our lab explosions. The room phone rings. Ravioli, who could it be at this hour? He answers. Ravioli, hello? It's Igor on the other end. Igor, Ravioli, don't you remember that Banani is deaf in one ear? Ravioli, wait, what? Ravioli and the Fish Nightmare. 3 scientists, Papaya, Banani, and Ravioli, along with their assistant Igor, are supposed to attend the famous Dark Matter conference. However, they board the wrong flight and end up on the other side of the world. Upon arriving at the wrong airport, they book a hotel for the night, but it's not quite what they expected, meaning it's awful. Banani and Ravioli, due to unforeseen circumstances, decide to sleep on the floor in Papaya's room. We are in Papaya's room. Ravioli wakes up with a start. This time he finds himself in his childhood bedroom. Ravioli, where am I? He looks around. Ravioli, oh, my bedroom. Phew, it was just a dream. He sees the alarm clock on the table. Ravioli, what? It's already 8 o'clock? I'm late, I have to go to school. He spots his old, worn-out backpack on the chair next to the bed. Ravioli, my backpack. There it is, I have to hurry. He puts on the backpack. Ravioli, ugh, why is it so heavy? What's inside? He takes off the backpack and places it on the ground. It lands with a heavy, squishy thud. Ravioli, what a weird sound. That's not the sound of books. He puts the backpack on again and leaves the room. The door now opens directly into the school hallway. Ravioli, the hallway is empty. Where is everyone? The lights suddenly go out. From the far end of the hallway, a strange sound of footsteps begins. Ravioli, what's going on? What is that sound? The footsteps grow closer, but it's too dark to see anything. Ravioli, it sounds just like the noise my backpack made earlier. Suddenly a deep voice whispers, you have to eat me. Ravioli spins around. Behind him is a face, not human, but fish. Boiled fish. Fish, Ravioli, you have to eat me. On top of the fish's head, there are some broccoli. Ravioli, no, gross, you're the fish with broccoli. Ravioli starts running and the fish slowly chases after him, making loud slapping noises with its fins as it uses them like feet to move. Ravioli, leave me alone. As he runs, children appear at the classroom doors, staring at him with evil eyes. Oh, Ravioli. Oh no, the bullies, they found me. One of the bullies steps in front of Ravioli, blocking his path. Bully, Ravioli, the boiled fish, here you are. Now let's see what you have in your backpack. Ravioli, no, let me go, I'm trying to escape. Ravioli realizes that a second bully behind him has taken his backpack without him noticing. A bully too. Ha ha ha, here it is, the stinky backpack. Now we're going to open it, right here in front of everyone. The bully opens the backpack and dumps its contents onto the floor. Out spill kilos and kilos of boiled fish and rotten broccoli, which must have been in there for who knows how long. Everyone starts laughing. Suddenly, Ravioli's mother appears in front of him. Mom, Raviolino? How could you lie to me? Bully, ravioli with gorgonzola, the liar. Bully 2, you lied to everyone, but now we'll make you eat all the fish you've been hiding in your backpack. Meanwhile, the gigantic boiled fish arrives. Fish, ravioli, stop hiding me. You have to eat me. Ravioli wakes up with a scream. No! Just as Ravioli is about to tell Igor about his dream, Igor comments, "Let me guess, you dreamed about the Sunflower Hotel menu again?" Ravioli's conclusions. 3 scientists, Papaia, Banani, Ravioli, and their assistant Igor, who are supposed to attend the famous dark matter conference, take the wrong flight and end up on the other side of the world. After arriving at the wrong airport, they book a hotel for the night, but it's not exactly what they expected, meaning it's terrible. Due to unforeseen circumstances, Banani and Ravioli decide to sleep on the floor in Papaia's room. We are in Papaia's room. Finally awake and out of his dream, Ravioli hears Banani and Papaia snoring loudly. "Ravioli, I just had a nightmare about the furious hotel clerk chasing us with a baseball bat. Then I woke up, and now I'm forced to listen to this disgusting racket. I'd better go back to sleep. Maybe I'll wake up from this nightmare too." Which is even worse than the first one. Banani can't sleep anymore and decides to read a bit. As he reads, he thinks to himself, "So, the apostles' message has reached us intact, thanks to the meticulous way it has been passed down for 2 millennia. At the beginning, we wondered whether Jesus really made 2 fundamental claims. First, that he was the Son of God. Second, that the Old Testament scriptures are valid and represent the Word of God. Well, this is exactly what was first transmitted through oral tradition and then recorded in the scriptures. Moreover, even extra-biblical sources confirm these aspects. We have already seen that the disciples had no reason to lie. Historical evidence shows that they suffered and lost everything for the gospel, without gaining any personal advantage. At this point, the only remaining issue concerns supernatural elements. If we assume that the supernatural does not exist, then we would have to date the Gospels after 70 AD, because we wouldn't accept the idea that Jesus truly predicted the destruction of Jerusalem. Furthermore, we would have to dismiss the possibility of the resurrection, but that would leave us with many unexplained historical events, including the cause of the universe, and therefore the very existence of reality. If, on the other hand, we accept the possibility of the supernatural, then everything makes sense. The events narrated in the Gospels find a coherent explanation, and we would have strong reasons to believe that the scriptures are truly the Word of God." Ravioli falls back asleep. Igor later commented, "So, to sum up, if you believe in the supernatural, you can explain the Gospels. If you don't, you can't even explain the universe itself. The only thing that always makes sense, though, is that Banani snores.